Calvin Klein more than a woman? What is a woman? We don't know. More.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and, you know, it's a woke world out there, and in the fashion industry, I would say it's probably some of the biggest idiots out there. And this particular past Mother's Day was no different. Having Calvin Klein, I don't know. Calvin Klein's pregnant trans man ad campaign sparks debate on Twitter. Okay, look, I mean, you know, this type of campaign is obviously meant to accomplish exactly this. And, you know, even though I know a lot of my viewers have a stricter opinion on things, my opinion, or, you know, a stricter position on things, I've always been a live and let live kind of person. And even in this case, live and let live. The idea that you would push this on Mother's Day is an issue. And no matter what the internet tries to convince you of, no matter what these weirdo elementary school teachers are trying to no. I mean, you're literally carrying a baby. You are a woman. Now, if I know you and you want to go by whatever pronouns you want, we're friends. It literally doesn't hurt me in one way at all to use those. However, when you are, you know, diminishing what it means to be a woman, which is what this is doing, it's cringe. You know, if you're having a baby, you're a woman. Okay, I mean, it's not crazy to say that. You know, a lot of people might be looking for an alternative to Calvin Klein, a company that isn't woke and virtue signaling and actually produces good products. Fortunately, I have a sponsor who does just that. It's just actually fortuitous that this topic came up. Check this out. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor. That's right, Sheath. These boxers are designed to keep your balls off your legs. Sheath has 3 individual compartments to keep everything down there separate and cool and comfortable. And hey, since they've been a long-time sponsor, I've heard from many of you who have tried out Sheath and really love it. They were invented by a U.S. Army soldier who came up with the idea for Sheath during his second tour in Iraq, where it was hot as heck and his boys needed to breathe. And on top of all sorts of awesome designs for Sheath, they've added all sorts of winter items, hoodies, gator necks, and all sorts of base layers. Head on over to the link in the description and pin comment down below. Use my promo code to save and support the channel and keep everything nice, cool, and dry. I know it's kind of weird, like thinking about changing products, you know, especially for men in the undergarment world, but you know, give it a try. I bet you'll like it, and if you don't, you know, just return it. Not a big deal. I bet you'll like it though. Anyway, fashion brand Calvin Klein's new ad features a pregnant transgender man. The campaign, released, of course, on Mother's Day, sparked debate on social media. The post spotlighted the realities of new families. Like 7 families in the entire country, okay? Roberto Bite and Erica Fernandez were among those features in the campaign. Roberto is a male-to-female reality TV star. Oh, I wonder why. I wonder if those two things could be related in any way. I don't know they are for a fact, but The post mentions Roberto's pregnancy, and it states that the two are expecting the birth of their son Noah any day now. Great. Today, in support of women and mothers all over the world, we're spotlighting realities of new families. Erica Fernandez and Roberto are expecting parents from Brazil. Roberto is giving birth to their son any day now. I'm sure their son will grow up totally normal. The post also contains another image of the couple in bed, cradling the baby bump. On the next pictures, we can reproduce biologically or from our heart. Our place is to love and be loved. Well, within no time, the post, of course, went viral. Several users praised the fashion brand for its inclusive messaging. A user said, so beautiful. A person called Calvin Klein such a great brand, and added a heart emoji. Well, I hope they buy lots of it. This is so cool. However, on Twitter, a slew of phobic comments followed. Many threatened to boycott the brand and attack the woke campaign. A user shared an image of the couple and said, "Time to ditch you, Calvin Klein." Yeah, I mean, Pamela, I won't be spending any of my money with woke company Calvin Klein. What do y'all think? A user lashed out with slurs. Okay, this is obviously the left-leaning perspective of it. Let's look at somebody on the right's covering it. The marketing team at Calvin Klein believes that men can get pregnant, so it must be true. On Mother's Day, and the famed brand released brand new campaign centered on motherhood. The creative highlighted a, quote, pregnant trans man posing with her partner, a trans female. Today, in support of women and mothers all over the world, we're spotlighting the realities of new families. Meaning, of course, that the old norm of being born to a biological mother and father is no longer in, according to the campaign. The subject sporting a baby belly is Robert Beat, a female to male trans person. Beat gave her side of the story, becoming the focus of the campaign. We can reproduce biologically or from the heart. Actually, only one way can you reproduce. She said social media was quick to point out that Klein's posturing new poster was catering to a rare few, meaning it probably was made for brownie points with the woke mob. Of course it was. Unfortunately for Calvin Klein, that's not how the mob operates. The brand released their own statement prohibiting hateful comments. Ooh, I mean, that's, ooh, not mean comments. Here's a Tribune. Calvin Klein trolled for hiring pregnant man, quote unquote, to promote brand on Mother's Day. And clothing brand blocks them. I mean, what? I mean, I'm not phobic of it. I'm not saying it shouldn't exist, but I'm saying, like, do you have to stand on, you know, the fact that you released it on Mother's Day is basically a shot across the bow to, you know, mothers. Responding to the backlash, Calvin Klein stood its ground and reiterated the brand aimed at inclusivity. The company said, "We embrace this platform as an inclusive and respectful environment for individualism and self-expression. At Calvin Klein, we tolerate everything except intolerance. Any intolerant commentary will be removed, and accounts issuing mean statements may be blocked." I mean, if you look at, you know, Calvin Klein as a, you know, a Twitter brand, I don't really know, you know, who's buying Calvin Klein's. Are people even buying this? You know, is Calvin Klein buying this stuff? I mean, I don't even understand. You know, it's another bot account. 3 hours ago, 4 million followers, 50 likes. 50. I mean, it's super rare for them to get like any real interaction on their Twitter account. I'm sure that's why they shared this on Instagram, not Twitter, because their Twitter is just bots. 400 likes. You have 4 million followers. Here's one with 60 likes. Like, what? Like, obviously, you know, there's these people, if they're both willing, happy adults, they can do whatever they want to do. But I don't think that this sells more $70 pairs of underwear. I really don't think so. You know, against Calvin Klein's new strategy, don't market the dream, market what sells. Maybe. I don't know. I guess I never really cared about brands in terms of clothing. Maybe when I was in high school, you know, you wanted to have, I guess elementary school, you wanted to have the starter coat. Never had one. I had an Apex coat. I remember that. Or Jinko jeans. My parents were never going to spend $50 or $60 on a pair of jeans. That just was never going to happen. Back then, you wanted to have a Diamondback or a Dino bike. Now Diamondback's a Walmart brand. But I mean, like, brands matter to really small-minded people. The clothes that Calvin Klein makes are probably no better than any clothes you're going to buy from Walmart or Target. Just has a little label on it. That's all you're paying for. It's a scam, entirely. You know, even look at Carhartt. Ever since I went out and bought, you know, different hoodies, turns out Carhartt's really not that great. It's okay. I'm not saying it's trash, but there are plenty of other warm hoodies out there that aren't $65 or $70, that aren't from companies that virtue signal and force employees to have medical procedures, you know, putting their lives at risk. You see here, Calvin Klein, the famous fashion company, has entered into this trans propaganda madness by featuring a pregnant man in one of its latest ads, posted on its Instagram page. In case anyone somehow forgotten basic biology, men cannot have babies. Never have, never will. Thinking otherwise contradicts legitimate science and is sheer lunacy. However, this has not stopped the deranged, agenda-driven left-wing activists from creating make-believe world claiming otherwise. But in this imaginary world, the important question remains that must legitimately be asked. Can pregnant men find baby formula for their children? No, they can't either. Nobody can. Apparently. I don't know. What a bizarre thing.